DJ Akademiks threatens to send AbSoul to meet Nipsey Hussle.
Yes, and I'ma slap Akademiks when I see him.
AbSoul, if you ever raise a hand at me, it'll be your last day on earth, nigga. You gonna join Nipsey. Nipsey, King Von, Pac, all of y'all gonna be having a good time. Stop playing. I hate you rappers. Y'all don't talk tough to nobody. We ain't see you slap nobody. Can't even hear your voice. Stop it. We don't believe you. And I'm going to the GNX concert. I'm either Toronto or I'm picking another date. So you go, I'm gonna be there. I'm going to you. You ain't coming to Jersey, nigga. You try to slap me the last day on earth, nigga. You take your last couple deep breaths. Hope you wish your whole family. What are y'all niggas talking about? What is you talking about? Yo, that little goofy shit y'all talking about, like, bro, it's not happening. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? The nigga violating you, you don't want to slap him? Or maybe we're just rapping. I think he probably just rapping. AbSoul not like that. I got this goofy ass talking like this. AbSoul, I'll give you an address, nigga. I dare you to pull up and try to slap me. It'll be your last day on earth. I've been praying and begging for one of y'all rappers to give an example. Keep your goofy raps, keep rhyming words, but keep it wherever the you at, my. You could spin. Y'all just GNX tour with just in Jersey. 888 Newark Avenue, Jersey City, New Jersey, nigga. 07306. You could come meet me there. You won't slap nothing. It'll be the last day you on earth. Stop rapping about doing shit to people who ain't talking about doing shit to you. I'm going to call out that every single time. So now when you rap this, you put this on record and you ain't about to do nothing. What am I supposed to say about it?
What up, world? Your boy Charles Brown back again talking fact. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. DJ Akademiks has gone too far. It was one thing when DJ Akademiks was the quirky, the obnoxious YouTuber that had a penchant to make these parody-like or these weird, kind of disrespectful commentary videos on his channel. We thought they were funny. We thought that he was ahead of the curve, and for a time it was good. We used to watch Akademiks outside of the war in Chirac. We watched him break down the latest Drake news, the latest XXXTentacion news, the Tekashi 69 news, Lil Baby, Young Thug, all of that stuff. Akademiks was one of the first people you would go to for that SoundCloud era, that new school, that Lil Uzi Vert information, right? It became a thing where if you wanted to kind of plug in with the younger generation to see what they had going on, Akademiks was your guy. If you were into that, if you were like, you know what, let me give these guys a chance. Let me see what's going on. I would go myself, I would go over to Akademiks page, and sometimes he was reporting on older artists, and it wasn't often, but you know, he was like a little bit of a plug, okay? Akademiks used to make it clear that he was in no stretch, in no terms, a thug, hard rock, some type of just a menace out here in these streets. He was not tough by no stretch. He would always concede and say, I'm going to tell. I am 100% running and snitching and telling. He was always up front with that basically, that was his image. The nerd in his mama's basement that didn't want no smoke. He just wanted to sip his little Henny and report on the hip-hop scene. Well, over the last couple years, I want to say at least about 8 years, Akademiks has slowly learned that he can taunt these rappers no matter how tough, how rough they act. He can taunt these rappers, and dare I say, he even withstood Nipsey being a little miffed at him, right? He was able to withstand Meek Mill. He was able to withstand Lil Baby. Quite a few rappers that Akademiks was allowed to talk crazy to with zero repercussions. The only rapper I know for a fact that caught up with him was Casanova. And Casanova ended up being cool with them because he pulled him off to the side and started talking at some party somewhere, somehow, and he caught up with Akademiks, who was scared shitless in real life, let's just be honest. But they talked it out, and I guess Akademiks had his cousins in there or whatever. Somehow, some way, him and Casanova moved forward, right? But Akademiks has been allowed to really start to not be the guy that's going to tattletale, right? Akademiks has been allowed to actually talk crazy from behind a computer screen, behind his VPN, right? He's able to say and do anything that he wants. At this point in 2025, Akademiks has been allowed to run so wild that his antics somehow has translated in his mind that the real world is the same exact thing. And I say all that to say this. Akademiks heard the song by AbSoul where he said he was going to slap Akademiks when he see him, right? Now, back in the day, this would have been like laughed off, but like, this is Akademiks. That's, you know, Akademiks a sucker. He's a punk. We can talk crazy to him, da-da-da. But this new, improved Akademiks, for some reason, has decided he's not taking threats of violence laying down anymore. He's going to not only defend himself, he's going to basically goad you in to come in to try to do something to him. Akademiks is pretty much saying, if you lay one finger on me, I'm going to put you in a grave. Okay? Now, this is where the mistakes are becoming. First things first, the Charleston White Act works for Charleston White, because Charleston White is known for being out here with weapons of all kinds, and he's been to jail quite a few times. He is steeped in that community where he knows what to do and what not to do, and where to go and where not to go, and he knows how much he can and get away with. He's doing things under the guise of the law, right? And he's doing it for his YouTube numbers, to keep himself relevant and to keep his fan base, his rabid fan base, entertained, right? Now, that's not Akademiks' fan base, for one. For two, I think Charleston White is willing to deal with the consequences. I don't think Akademiks is ready to deal with any of that. Charleston White has been ran up on at least 5 times, where he's pulled out the mace or whatever it is, pepper spray, whatever he has on hand, and defended himself, right? Akademiks is none of that. Akademiks' house just got doxxed, and he came out in some flip-flops with his hands up in the air when the cops came to, because he was swatted, right? So Akademiks' house doesn't seem all that secure when, from what I saw, when they came and videotaped them bringing him outside. It looked like a random, regular New Jersey neighborhood. So I don't know why all of a sudden Akademiks is talking, I'll send you an address. You won't slap me. You talk tough. You won't do nothing in real life. He says he's going to the GNX show. He'll be at one of them. Oddly, he named the Toronto one, which would be the safest one to go to. But for some reason, he's saying he's popping up at Kendrick's next show and nothing's going to happen. Gang, I want to say this just to be clear. I am from a different kind of place, because certain things, no matter how tough you are, you don't say certain things unless you're really willing to either die behind it or kill behind it. I don't think Akademiks is ready to send somebody to, quote, meet Nipsey Hussle. Okay? That is so disrespectful, and so many, first, Nipsey Hussle's family have to hear that. Let's start there. And the forces that you're triggering saying that, Akademiks, I don't think you should play with. It's a whole different subculture out there that's not on YouTube, that don't care nothing about your numbers. All they thinking about now, Akademiks, is how to get to you. I don't think you need to trigger things like this. I don't think you're as tough as you're making it. It's some people out here, I can't name many, but it's some people out here that will gladly take on the beef you're triggering. They'll gladly wear the hat of come and get me, like Jay-Z said on that song, come and get me, right? I don't think that's you. Matter of fact, I know that's not you. You're going to try to snitch your way out of it. You're going to try to beg your way out of it. You're going to try to plead your way out of it. I do not see you pulling a weapon and firing in somebody's face for attempting to slap you. But the problem is that'll be too late because, as you know, other people have weapons as well. And as you know, and I know Akademiks has he probably has some form of security, and I know he rolls around with his cousins and different people like that. So I think that may be putting a battery in his back that, yeah, I don't really go many places, but when I do go places, I'm deep, I'm strapped, da-da-da. I don't know if you're built like that, because the minute one of you guys get caught with that weapon, I guarantee you're going to be rolling over, and that's going to be a whole nother thing of issues. But let me just continue with what I'm saying about this thing with Nipsey Hussle. You're invoking that man's name. This is not an internet thing anymore. I'm really like concerned that you've triggered something that you probably don't understand. I know it's easy. I know you see Charleston White triggering all this stuff all the time, saying these names, this, that, and the third. Right? It's different for him than it is for you. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if you want to play with the spirits that you're awakening, because some of these guys really, really don't want to play games about Nipsey Hussle, and they don't want to play games about AbSoul. Okay? There are ways to handle this situation. I get it. You're like, I'm defending myself. Defending yourself is one thing. You're screaming into a microphone how you're going to put this guy in a body bag if he tries to touch you. That's some really tough talk, gang. That's the kind of tough talk that, as a tough guy, I wouldn't even say unless it was really time to say it and do it. You don't play about these type of things. Now you're basically saying you're a murderer. You didn't say I'm defending myself. You said I'm going to put you in a body bag. You don't got to, somebody slaps you, you don't got to put him in a body bag, Akademiks. Let me just say that. You don't got to pull out the trigger and try to kill this guy. You said King Von. You said Nipsey Hussle. And what was the third? You said somebody else that was absolutely crazy. Tupac. So now you've invoked three beloveds, for better or worse. These guys are loved in this community, believe it or not. And you're playing with all of their names, which I get it. You've gotten away with this for years. No repercussions. I've never heard of Akademiks getting caught. Like I said, the Casanova one, but he didn't really catch you. He walked up on you in a party where nothing was going to happen. But this tough talk, it's scary, gang. It's scary because even a person that knows the consequences knows better than to play with them or egg them on. Only, I'm just going to be honest, somebody really tapped in and plugged in knows to not say these things. Only somebody that's not plugged in, that does nothing at all in the field, right? You're not out here putting in no work, so it's easy for you to play with it and tell a grown man, I'm going to put you in a body bag. I can give you the location, and if you show up, I'm going to bag you. This is stuff that gangbangers say to each other on Instagram. And some of these guys really meet up, and some of them die behind saying it. I don't think you're really ready to die behind these words you're talking. I think Akademiks has now reached a point, people like myself, we can't save you no more. We can't talk no sense into you no more. You're fully gone if you think you could tell other grown men that I'm going to put you in a bag where other guys that have passed away, I'm going to send you there for attempting to slap me. At this point, that ain't even self-defense. You're not even trying to defend. You're telling people, the police can they can play this in court. Your Honor, he had no intention. He didn't try to get away, didn't try to do anything. He just pulled out a weapon and fired on this guy. The guy didn't even get close to him. Because I guarantee you're not going to let him get anywhere near you. If you indeed I don't know if you're saying somebody else is going to body him for you. I don't know what this means, but it's really crazy. And at some point, you're going to be held accountable for egging this guy on, even in the court of law. You egged this on. He said, "I'm gonna slap Akademiks when it's him." That's just a line on the song. It's a line on the song. Just because he threatened to slap you, it doesn't mean you get to kill him. Am I bugging out? I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but I don't think that's how that works. If he says, "I'm gonna slap you," I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill you." I don't know how that works. I don't think it works like that. I'm sorry to tell you, Akademiks. And the simple fact of the matter is now you got street dudes, their antennas are up. It's going to be some places you're not really allowed to go anymore. I'm just going to be the first one to tell you that. And I know a lot of your fans think this stuff is hilarious and it's funny, but some things are on the next level that you say. I think you really need to step back and understand you're playing with some dangerous things. How many rappers have we seen get laid down over the last 5, 6, 7 years for it didn't take too much. So I don't know why you feel so comfortable to go out here and tell dudes if they come near you, you're going to put them down. That's some real tough talk. Because then that might trigger some guys to not come near you just to put you down from a distance. You don't play with this stuff, gang. You don't play with this stuff. A lot of these guys that you see getting shot, they're getting hit from somebody running up from a distance and firing at them. They're not waiting to get slapped or things of that nature. You're playing with some serious stuff. You're playing with a real serious issue. Right now, Akademiks, you need to step back. I'm just going to be honest. And I know you think this standing up for Drake and jumping in this battle. Now you got Joey Badass back and this, that, and the third because you're somewhere safe. Apparently you ain't that safe because these people know your address. Okay? I would advise you to calm down. Come back down to earth with the rest of us. Stop playing with these guys. You saw what happened to XXXTentacion. I guarantee you he did not know that was his last day. And I guarantee you he thought where he was safe. So I need you to come back down to earth, right? I don't have a dog in the fight either way. But I know a lot of people say a lot of things. I don't want to see the news where you're laid out on the ground. I don't want to see that for nobody. All right? I'm going to leave it at that. CLBMG. Akademiks, smarten up, gang. You're looking real crazy out here. I'm just going to be honest. You're not built like that. You never will be. Watch your mouth. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.